Yeah, Juan, it's Robo the Rebel back with another video. Today's video, we're gonna take a look at. They're coming for our boys early. Boys playing with dolls. So that's what today's video is about. While you're here, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and let's get to it. So I saw this post here. Again, social media is a crazy place, but it lets you know what's going on in the minds of people, right? So this is on the shelves of stores. It looks like it may be a Walmart or Target or something, or one of those type of department stores. Baby Alive. I remember this videos of, or excuse me, the commercials for Baby Alive back years ago, and now look who they have on the cover. Playing with the doll, a little black boy. And they're coming for our children early. They're trying to indoctrinate them. From whether it's books, like the book, and they made sure they put it on all the national morning shows. That book, The Prince's Boy, where the little black boy and the father of that boy, he should just be taken out and you know be taught a lesson. So to allow his wife to take this young man to on all these talk show circuits, parading around in a tutu and promoting this book that he's a princess and so forth. But here again, they're targeting our children, black children. And what's weird here, they don't even give him a black doll. They give him a white doll with blonde hair. It's like, so are they are see they're doing one of two things, right? Or both. So either they are putting in the minds of or they're trying to put in the minds of our young men that they can play with girl toys and be like girls. So that they can, and then at some point, oh, you identify as a girl, you could be a girl. So they're either trying to put that into the mind, or and I should say and or they could be doing both, or they're trying to activate the coon chip in some of these kids to where start lusting after these white women out here, you know, and this is a problem. Now, from an Islamic standpoint, we can marry who we want, and there's no racism in Islam. But when we have a community that have black women will only get married at a 24% rate or 26% rate, excuse me, one out of every four black women will ever get married. As many of our men that can marry black women, should do that. But obviously, if you're Muslim, you can marry whoever you want as long as her deen or whatever fits you. So, but I'm just saying in terms of trying to better the community which I am a part of. What though I am Muslim, I still have to. I can't leave my community. So my community, I have to stay here and in my community and try to better my community. And that's a community that I'm part of. So, as many black men that can marry black women, obviously we should, and I discussed in another video, well, I lightly touched on it that though most black men, or not just black men, but black people, black women included, black men and black women, most of us aren't ready for a polygynous situation because of the trauma that we carry around from our childhood or even our adulthood sometime. And of course, white supremacy is always prevalent. And Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she when she started her work, she specifically wanted to become a psychologist to understand why are so many black people crazy. And so she became one to study the effects of racism on the minds of black people. So we do understand that there's some psychological effect of white supremacy on the people, and obviously there's some things that have changed because at some point we were married more as a community than we are now. So though we can't necessarily directly blame white supremacy, we do have some accountability there as well. So we have to be accountable for staying married, staying strong, so we can protect our children. It becomes very difficult when you have children with a woman and then you guys divorce, and then you guys are over here, and if there's any vindictiveness on any part of either spouse, that the children are the ones who are left out in the lurch, and they're the ones that are to be devoured by the wolves. The wolf devours the lone sheep, and if two parents are fighting, then the child or the children are the lone sheep for the wolf to come to prey on. So we have to be fortified in staying married, and just like all parents, or excuse me, I should say, in the wild or in nature, if you will, that parents will work together to protect their offspring. If it's whether it's birds or animals like lions or wolves or whoever, they work together to protect their offspring. Even bears, even though the father of the cubs, like certain other animals, tigers and leopards, you know, the female raises the cubs alone, but they will defend those cubs. So we have to sometimes we don't have as people, we don't have the common sense of the animals, because they will protect their offspring, and we have to do the same. And not to digress too far, but this is what we saw when you know Obama was in office, we didn't we didn't react as a community in a stronger way when Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice was killed. Two, basically children. One 17, but one was 12. Tamir Rice was 12, and even Jordan Davis. I can't forget him. But those, I think those two events happened a bit earlier. But when the community, as a people, we didn't respond, in a stronger way, it was open season. If you could take the children and people aren't going to react, then it's open season. And so we failed in that regard. Anytime children are hurt, it should be an immediate, swift reaction to it, and it should be a strong one. We shouldn't just sit back passively begging Obama for anything, which he wasn't going to give, and he didn't give. But more about that chump later. But anyway, so like I said, not to digress too far, but this baby alive thing is a problem here. They're coming for our boys specifically, targeting them for, like I said, to feminize them, or like I said, to activate a coon chip to where they're lusting after white women. So we have to really protect your seed. I know you guys have heard that before, but we have to protect our seed. You know, it's vital, and to the survival of our community. So, well, since you're here again, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Wassalam, ma ikhwan.